Welcome back to another Phasmo video. In this guide, I'm going to try to get you hunting like a pro in as short amount of time as possible. This won't be a definitive guide, more so a quick way to figure out what you're dealing with. There's 24 ghosts in total, so let's get started. This is the Quick and Dirty Ghost Guide. Let's talk about speed a little bit. Easiest and most effective way to rule out options is with a speed test. There's 8 different ghosts with varying speeds compared to the normal 1.6 meters per second ghost. We'll talk about them individually, but I want to make sure you hear the difference between normal, fast, and slow speed so you can rule out or confirm their identity. Bum, 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 bum. That's a normal ghost speed. I've got a sugary lump of coconut, steamy deemy. There they are, standing in the road. Bum, bum, bum. That's your cadence. That's your cadence. That's how I remember the cadence. That's a normal ghost. The normal speed. That's either a Rev or a Thay. So with speed out of the way, let's get into it. Banshee. The Banshee will target one player, as long as they're in the map.
It was me.
It was Corphy. Oh no! Oh no! It'll also perform more singing ghost events. The ghost and emit the Banshee scream over paramic. Ghost, can we just be friends? Point 2. We got a Banshee! The scream apparently has a 30% chance, but is completely RNG based, so keep at it. I usually try about 4 times, and if I don't get a scream, I'll move on to another ghost as an option. I will say though, I did successfully get 3 in a row with the last Banshee I came across. There's the third one. Easy! It's just so easy! Demon. Give me tarot cards. I'm sure we've all been there. No tarot cards. Really? Already? Excuse me? This guy's a big ol' meanie. With a hunting threshold of 70% and a lowered smudge duration, you'll get hunted more often. While Jesus is more effective, the best way to test is with a timer. Time between hunts is reduced to 20 seconds compared to 25 for others. And if you successfully smudge, it will only prevent a hunt for 60 seconds compared to 90 seconds for most others. Deogen, or Dio, however you want to pronounce it. Listen to the footsteps during a hunt. If they're super fast, then slow down as they approach, well, there you go. Just be mindful that he knows exactly where you're hiding, so keep moving. Once the Dio gets close enough, then it's time to taunt the ghost. Point and laugh and say you feel sorry for it. Oh no, oh, it's so scary. You're so scary. Come on, you can do it. You're so slow. Why are you so slow? I'm just gonna casually walk this way. The Dio does have a unique spirit box response, but it's not as reliable as a speed test, since you have to be within 1 meter of it to get that specific response. Are you horny? He's horny. Goryo. Dots. I'm pretty sure you know that already. It's dots. You won't be able to see the dots in person. And if you're doing no evidence, good luck. Your best bet is to rule out other ghosts before you even consider Goryo as an option. I will say the Goryo won't change its favorite room though, so if it does, you got an answer right there. Hantu. It can't turn on the fuse box and is twice as likely to turn it off. Best method, you guessed it, another speed test. It'll be extremely fast in cold rooms, but slower in warm areas. The speed also won't change with line of sight. If you're in a warm area, you should be fine, because they're pretty slow. Djinn will not turn off the fuse box, so leave an EMF reader at the box. If you hear it go off multiple times, but the fuse box stays on, more than likely a Djinn. It'll also instantly increase in speed with line of sight of the player when the breaker is on, as opposed to it slowly increasing speed with line of sight for other ghosts. It was hard for me originally to differentiate the speed difference, but with a normal ghost, they'll gradually increase speed with line of sight. The Djinn instantly sprints. Mare. The mare will never turn on lights. It's more likely to do light-shattering ghost events, but other ghosts can do the same thing. Probably the most effective means I've found, although quite rare, is that sometimes when you flip a light on, it'll instantaneously flip the switch back off. If you see this happen, start thinking mare. Muroy. Muroys, in my opinion, are the fastest ghosts. During nearly every investigation, I will reach 0% sanity one way or another, and the Muroy's speed is dependent on that sanity. The best test is to take pills with you, and during a hunt, consume those pills and see if the speed changes. If it does, you've got a Muroy. Just be mindful that the Muroy only starts increasing its speed once it hits its hunting sanity threshold, which is 50%. Did you hear it change speed? Myling. This one's a librarian, or a ninja. I don't know, I get those confused. Regardless, they'll be very quiet. You'll get more parasounds more often than others. Whisper of wind passing through my cheeks? Yes. That's what we're looking for. If the ghost could just fart, like once? The test you can do is to put a flashlight on the ground during a hunt. If you see the flashing as the footsteps fade in, it's a Myling. Be careful though. This test will fail if it's on a floor above or below you. Obake. Its chance to leave fingies is lowered from 100% to 75%. If it leaves fingies, but not every time, it's an Obake. If doing no evidence runs, during every hunt, the ghost will shapeshift into a different model while it flickers. It's a bit dangerous to see, so make sure you got a smudge ready. That's an Obake. Did you see it change? Oni. Onis want to be your friend, like really badly. Ghost! I demand companionship. This ghost can't do an airball ghost event, but can still hiss, so make sure you see the airball before ruling it out. It's in the name. Therapy. Okay, so not an Oni. It'll flicker less during a hunt, so you'll see it more often, and it prefers to use its full ghost model during events. It'll also do more events more often. Jesus fuck! Onryo. This ghost hates candles more than I do, and will prioritize blowing them out over burning Jesus. If you see the crucifix get burnt underneath a lit candle, you can rule out Onryo. The third time the flame is blown out, it'll hunt. Did you hear it? It was like... Come on! Phantom. Your best bet is to get a photo. If during an event you take a photo of it and it disappears but keeps eventing, it's a phantom. It's a phantom. Also, if you check the photo and it's clear, with no interference, and no ghost is in it, it's also a phantom. Be careful around them, because they're invisible way more during a hunt. Oh! Gosh darn it. Oh, he's a phantom. I forgot he's a phantom. Poltergeist. They like to throw stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. If you notice multiple items being thrown at once, it's a Polty boy. Where's that door at? You open it. Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, well, I think we're done here. If items are being shot across the room, it's also probably a Polty. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Make a Polty pile where the ghost is likely to walk across during a hunt. Polty will have a 100% chance every 0.5 seconds to throw stuff in its vicinity, compared to a 50% chance for all other ghosts. If a lot of items are moved, it's a Polty boy. Let's look at the Polty pile. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Ryju. Another fast boy. Kind of like a Hantu, but fast only around electronics. These electronics are ones only from the truck, so lights, lamps, and fuse boxes won't affect its speed. Instead of an extensive list, here's a list of all the items that will have no effect on the Ryju's speed. Ryju? Revenant. Oh, he's slow. If you're hiding and you hear... That's a Rev. Just don't show your face. He hates faces. Then he gets mad. And fast. That's a Rev. That's a Rev. Shade. Shade is an opposite of an Oni. They're very shy. It likes to do things when you're not in the room. If it does a ghost event, it prefers the airball. If it does manifest, it prefers the shadow ghost model. If you're not getting hunted for a while and getting way less ghost events, you might have a shade on your hands. Spirit. Nothing super easy or special with this ghost. The only test to do is a smudge test. If smudged, it will prevent a hunt for 3 minutes, as opposed to 90 seconds for all other ghosts. I usually do a smudge test to see if it's a demon or a spirit, since each of those have a different duration to where they can start hunting again, as opposed to other ghosts. Okay, so timer starting right now. Fae. The Fae will act like an Oni starting off, but then transition to a shade the more time you spend with it. Do a speed test. If it's really fast early on, then get slow later in the investigation, it's a Fae. Just be mindful that the Mimic can change ghost speeds. You can also check its age with a Ouija board. If it changes age, it's a Fae. The Mimic. Check for Orbeez, because it's always going to show them. Sometimes they take a bit longer to appear, so make sure to check over time. Another good method is with a speed test. If it changes speed between hunts, maybe a Mimic.
Oh, I don't think we can use this.
The twins. Gonna have to do another speed test. One ghost will be 90% speed, the other will be 110% speed. So get your cadence down. If you hear the cadence change between hunts, it's the twins. Make sure to rule out other ghosts that can do that, such as the Mimic. Did I get it? Wraith. It's afraid of salt. Put the salt in choke points, and if it never walks in it, it's a Wraith. Super easy, depending on where you place it. I generally aim for doorways and hallway intersections, places where the ghost is likely to wander. No salt still, huh? Yeah, that's right.
Nope.
Yokai. Test with your voice or a flashlight on and equipped during a hunt. It can only hear and sense electronics within 2 meters of it, so talk to it or keep your flashlight on in a room away from the door. Hello? Hello? How dare? No, come on. Come on, idiot. If it never comes in, it's probably a yokai. It'll also be more active the more you talk around it while it's in the ghost room. Come on, ghosty woasty, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss, getting you a little... Also, if you're on Willow, close the glass doors next to the kitchen and stand on the other side with a flashlight. It won't have line of sight, and if it can't find you, it's a yokai.
Oh, ghosty woasty.
He knows exactly where I am. Muroy. Depending on what evidence you have, I would rule others out. It does have an ability to close doors all the way, with the door closing sound effect playing before the door is fully closed. If it closes the front door all the way without an event, then a Muroy is confirmed. Other than that, good luck. Muroys suck. I hope this guide was informative. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. I was trying to get this video as short as possible. Excuse me? This is my closet. You're not allowed. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Toodles.